Hello, Mr. Jones, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to present the Ethical Impact Certificate, a leadership development program designed specifically for OrgCorp by our consulting group, RBD. I'm Rick Sutton, and I'm joined today by my colleagues Dominique Jones and Brett Williams. Together, we've designed a program that addresses the leadership challenges facing OrgCorp today, rebuilding trust, strengthening ethical decision-making, and empowering individuals to lead with authenticity and resilience. Our certificate focuses on 4 critical dimensions of personal leadership development. Next slide. They are strengthening followership, empowerment skills, self-awareness, emotional intelligence, ethical and value-based decision-making, and leading through change and uncertainty. Each module combines an interactive learning, practical tools, and proven frameworks to create a transformative experience that equips OrgCorp leaders to lead ethically, collaboratively, and effectively. Going into Module 1, next slide, please. Strengthening followership and empowerment skills. This is a 2-week interactive module. Followership is often misunderstood as a passive compliance, but in reality, it's an active, courageous role that drives organizational success. Great leadership doesn't happen in isolation. We know that it depends on strong, engaged followers who share accountability and take initiative. Using Ira Shalef's courageous followership model, we emphasize 5 key dimensions that define effective followership: the courage to assume responsibility, the courage to serve, the courage to challenge, the courage to participate in transformation, and the courage to take moral action. In this learning activity, participants will engage in courageous followership dialogue through role-play scenarios. It's these scenarios that allow team members to practice constructive challenge, speaking up when leadership decisions need rethinking, while maintaining the respect and the collaboration that they all deserve. For example, one scenario might involve a high-pressure situation where a leader proposes a shortcut that could compromise the safety and ethics. Participants will explore how to voice concerns effectively, offer alternatives, and maintain trust throughout the process. This exercise promotes shared accountability initiative, ensuring that leaders and followers work together to uphold ethical standards and drive positive change. By mastering these skills, OrgCorp leaders will not only lead effectively, but also empower their teams to act with integrity and confidence. Now that I've explored the importance of courageous followership and empowerment, I'll turn it over to my colleague, Dominic, who will guide us through 2 critical components of this certificate, which are self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and ethical and value-based decision-making. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick, and good morning, Ms. Jones. My name is Dominique, and I will begin with the second module focused on self-awareness and emotional intelligence. In today's workplace, especially after a crisis of trust, effective leadership requires more than just technical skills. It requires self-awareness. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions while being aware of how they impact others. In this 2-week module, participants will identify and analyze their personal leadership strengths, weaknesses, values, and emotional triggers to enhance authentic leadership. The first week, they'll begin with a self-assessment using a validated emotional intelligence inventory. This individual online assessment allows each leader to gain insights into their own emotional competencies, such as self-regulation, empathy, and social awareness. Following the assessment, participants will engage in an interactive emotional intelligence workshop that combines discussion and reflection and multimedia learning. One key resource we'll use is the Daniel Goleman short video on why emotional intelligence is more important than IQ. After viewing, leaders will participate in real discussions about workplace situations where managing emotions, both their own emotions and others, can support improved outcomes. By the end of the module, participants will be able to articulate personal growth goals that strengthen authentic, emotional, intelligent leadership practices. The second module I'll cover today is ethical value-based decision-making. This topic is especially relevant for organizations focused on rebuilding trust after a past ethical lapse. Ethical leadership means making decisions that are not only effective, but also aligned with core organizational and moral values. The learning outcome here is to evaluate ethical dilemmas using structured decision-making framework grounded in moral reasoning. In the second week, participants will apply FADIS's ethical line framework presented in the ethical line 10 leadership strategies for effective decision making, which helps leaders distinguish between ethical and unethical behavior by examining intent, impact, and alignment with organizational values. In the activity, participants will analyze a hypothetical ethical challenge relevant to OrgCorp. For example, the temptation to stretch performance metrics under pressure. They'll use the FADIS's framework to outline how they would approach the situation, the reasoning behind their decisions, and the potential consequences. This exercise concludes with a brief written reflection that they'll complete in week 2, connecting personal ethics to the company's renewed commitment to integrity. Now that we've covered self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and ethical decision-making, Brett will take us through the final module of learning through change and uncertainty, or leading through change and uncertainty, and then share why the program is a strategic investment for OrgCorp.
Thank you, Dominique. Hello, Ms. Jones. Brett Williams here. Our final learning module is leading through change and uncertainty. This module's activities are designed to take place over the course of 2 weeks, with participants meeting 4 times for 2-hour sessions to complete all exercise and reflections. Change is one of the greatest challenges any organization can face, and OrgCorp has experienced this firsthand. Following the leadership transitions and restaffing, your company has navigated its share of growing pains, faced tough lessons, but also achieved meaningful wins along the way. This module focuses on transforming those experiences into lasting leadership strengths that can be shared and modeled across the organization. The learning outcome is to equip leaders to guide teams through change. To bring this to life, participants will begin with the prerequisite reading John Kotter's 8 Steps to Accelerate Change in Your Organization. Over the 2-week period, they'll apply those concepts through a hands-on simulation lab called Leading Through Change. In this exercise, teams will navigate a realistic organizational transformation scenario using lessons drawn from OrgCorp's recent experiences alongside Kotter's 8-step model for leading change. Each group will develop a plan that begins by creating urgency and concludes with embedding new behaviors into the culture. Along the way, participants will identify resistance points, design effective communication strategies, and explore ways to keep people engaged during times of uncertainty. The activity closes with each team sharing its approach and lessons learned. This experience is designed to strengthen confidence in leading change, sharpen collaboration, and connect everyday challenges to proven leadership practices that make transformation sustainable. So in conclusion, Ms. Jones, we at RBD Consulting share your belief that the self-development of leaders is essential to OrgCorp's long-term success. The Ethical Impact Certificate is a transformational experience, custom designed around OrgCorp's real-world challenges to help leaders lead with purpose, integrity, and impact through immersive simulations, case studies, and guided reflection that build both competence and character. The full program spans 11 weeks, comprising 4 2-week modules with short breaks in between, allowing participants time to reflect and apply what they've learned. Upon completion, participants will earn the Ethical Impact Certificate, a recognition of their commitment to ethical, value-based leadership. Unlike off-the-shelf programs, the Ethical Impact Certificate is tailored to OrgCorp's mission, values, and people, developing leaders who think critically, act ethically, and inspire trust, inclusion, and engagement, even in times of uncertainty. The result is a culture where accountability, empathy, and ethical courage drive lasting performance and credibility. Ms. Jones, on behalf of the RBD team, thank you for your time and consideration. We look forward to the opportunity to partner with you and bring this vision to life. Thank you.